Hi, everyone. I think we're ready to get started. The District Attorney Jose Garza, will give brief remarks, and then the other speakers will give remarks, and then we will be doing a question and answer portion. Please put your questions into the chat if you have them, and include with your question your news organization. The District Attorney will be calling on each reporter individually to ask questions that are submitted in the chat. We will be recording this conference, so if you need a recording after the briefing, please let us know. I will include my email in the chat for those requests. And we are going to start this briefing with a few words from District Attorney Jose Garza.
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. My name is Jose Garza, and I'm the Travis County District Attorney. Today, the Travis County Grand Jury handed down an indictment against former General Counsel for the Williamson County Attorney's Office, Jason Nassour, for the charge of tampering with physical evidence, which is a third-degree felony, for events surrounding the death of Javier Ambler. The court has set bond in the amount of $15,000, and the charge will be prosecuted by the District Attorney's Office's Civil Rights Unit and is pending in the 299th Judicial District Court. In addition, the same grand jury heard evidence related to the involvement of former Williamson County Sheriff Robert Chody. As to Mr. Chody, Texas law prohibits the disclosure of an indictment until a warrant process for the person charged is completed. Mr. Nassour was indicted today by a Travis County grand jury who found probable cause to believe that, knowing an investigation was pending or in progress, Mr. Nassour tampered with physical evidence with the intent to impair its availability as evidence in the investigation. Now, I know that this indictment that we have revealed today and those indictments that were handed down yesterday will not bring peace to the Ambler family. No parent should have to bury their child. But we remain committed to seeing this through on behalf of not just Javier Ambler and his family, but also our entire community. I'd like to introduce Dexter Guilford, who is the Director of the Civil Rights Unit, to make some brief remarks. Dexter, I think you're on mute.
I'm sorry. Good evening. My name is Dexter Guilford. I am the Director of the Travis County District Attorney's Office's Civil Rights Unit. Anytime we have an indictment that's returned through our grand jury system, it's important to remember and remind ourselves of why this system exists and how it works. The grand jury system is an integral part of our community and society, and it enables the public to assess evidence and participate in the administration of criminal justice. In this case, an independent group of representatives of the Travis County community, after being duly sworn to uphold their duties, heard the evidence and law and rendered their decision. We wish to thank the members of the 147th Judicial District Court Special Grand Jury who served dutifully and faithfully. We're so grateful for their service. Thank you.
Thank you, Dexter. I am now really grateful to be able to introduce the Williamson County District Attorney, Sean Dick.
Thank you, Mr. Garza. And good evening. My name is Sean Dick. I am the Williamson County District Attorney. And I wanted to thank Mr. Garza and Mr. Guilford and all of their team for their hard work in pursuing our shared goal for providing long-deserved answers for the Ambler family. And I'm grateful to be with Mr. and Mrs. Ambler and the Travis County District Attorney's team. In September of 2020, a Williamson County grand jury also returned an indictment against Mr. Nassour on a felony evidence tampering charge for the destruction of live PD video footage. Former Williamson County Sheriff Robert Chody was also indicted for that same charge. For the last 9 months, we've been working collaboratively with the Travis County District Attorney's Office and their team to ensure that justice is done for the Ambler family, and for our communities. We will continue to work collaboratively to see these cases through to their conclusion. And I thank you all for being here. Thank you.
District Attorney Dick, thank you so much. We really greatly appreciate our partnership and your incredible work on this case. I am really humbled to introduce Maritza and Javier Ambler to say a few words. I believe you are unmuted and you are can go whenever you feel comfortable. I'm so sorry. I think you are muted now, but you were unmuted.
Okay. Yeah, and I just want to thank everyone that is fighting for this justice for him. And I hope, we can get some kind of closure to my son's situation and our situation. Thank you.
I apologize, Mr. and Mrs. Ambler. I think we have a little bit of a bad audio connection. I know I had a difficult time hearing you. What we can do is we can certainly provide your statement and make sure that the folks assembled here get it, or we can try again in just a second. And I'm so sorry about those difficulties.
And so, in the present condition that we are, should we just share screen, or
I'm having a little bit of a difficult time hearing you.
They're having some.
I'm so sorry that we can't hear you right now, but I do want you to know that over the last several months, we in our entire community has heard your voice and the anguish that you have experienced, and we are going to continue to move forward to seek justice, as I said, not just for Javier, but for the entire family in our community. You want to try one more time? I see you're unmuted.
Okay. Sorry, but you can do this. I just want to extend my gratitude and my thanks to all those who are the jury, the Travis County, the Williamson County, everyone who is trying to, help us to find some kind of justice and some kind of closure for us and for my son. I'm grateful for all the effort and all the hard work that you guys are putting in right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ambler. At this time, we will open up for questions. If you have a question, please type your question into the chat and identify your outlet and your name. The Ambler family will not be taking questions, but the rest of us are we'll do our best to answer any questions that you may have. Jordan, would you mind unmuting and ask your question?
Yeah, thanks for taking my question, District Attorney. I wanted to see, can you detail how the evidence was tampered with, and how it was destroyed, and the importance of these charges both being in Travis County and in Williamson County?
Under Texas law, the proceedings that happen before a grand jury are confidential. But what I can tell you is that the Travis County grand jury heard all of the relevant evidence and the law and made the determination that Mr. Nassour should be charged with tampering with evidence. I'm incredibly grateful to the partnership that we have had with the Williamson County District Attorney's Office and to District Attorney Dick, and I think our partnership will ensure that justice is ultimately served in this case. District Attorney Dick, do you want to add anything to that?
No, I think we're all anxious to get the full details out there and the full story out there, but it needs to properly be done in a courtroom setting.
Absolutely. Allison, do you want to unmute and ask your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I was just wondering if you can sort of further explain with regard to Robert Chody, what the grand jury found. I think there's a little bit of like technical jargon there, so I was just wondering if you can kind of explain what exactly that means in terms of needing a warrant and all of that out of the way before we hear what happened there.
Absolutely. Well, as I said, a Travis County grand jury has heard evidence related to Mr. Chody for his part in the conduct that the grand jury examined. And under Texas law, we are prohibited from disclosing the existence of an indictment until a warrant is served and a person has gone through custody and been released. Any other questions? Jordan, you want to ask your question?
Yeah, yesterday we got a statement from the attorneys that represent the former Williamson County deputies who were involved with the arrest back in March of 2019. And in that statement, they said that they weren't invited to be interviewed to their own defense. And today I wanted to ask you if you were able to interview the person you indicted, the former Williamson County counsel or Sheriff Chody.
Well, again, let me just reiterate that under Texas law, we are prohibited from disclosing what transpired before a grand jury. But let me say, with respect to Mr. Chody and any of the people against whom indictments were issued, that no invitation is needed, that they are welcome to come on down, and that we would be happy to take their statement at any time.
Thank you.
Allison, do you want to unmute and ask your question?
Yes, sir. Just one follow-up question. Just to clarify, the charge from the Williamson County Grand Jury was the same one that was found by the Travis County Grand Jury. Is that correct?
Dexter or District Attorney Dick, could y'all address that one?
Sure, and Mr. Guilford, if you want to join in. Essentially, there were acts committed in Travis County, there were acts committed in Williamson County. Both involved the destruction of live PD footage. And so ultimately, the information we were after was live PD footage and witness information. And so, but there were separate acts committed in Williamson County and Travis County. And so I think both grand juries, both communities have said they believe there's probable cause to believe in each community a crime was committed.
And both indictments in both counties involve the same statute. If I'm understanding that part of the question, they both involve the offense of tampering with evidence.
Mr. Weber, do you want to unmute and ask your question?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, just to clarify, so if the charges are the same in both counties, where would he face trial?
The Travis County District Attorney's Office and the Williamson County District Attorney's Office will continue to collaborate as we move forward in this case to make sure that both communities have an opportunity to see justice be done. District Attorney Dick, I don't know if you want to say any more about that.
No, Mr. Garza, I think exactly that our offices have been working closely already. We will continue to work closely to make sure that the joint purposes of providing answers for the Ambler family and also providing justice for our communities. We'll work together to make sure that that's done in the best possible way. And so those will be answers that we'll sort out here in time.
Thank you so much. We'll take one more question if there is one, and then we will wrap up.